Last week, the 5th of June, we are in 2022. It is now 1 year since Prophet TB Joshua went to be the Lord. And on the 5th of June 2022, which was last Sunday, in Synagogue Church of All Nations, they did this first anniversary service to celebrate the life and legacy of Prophet TB Joshua. And I expected, or many people expected, to see Prophet Chris, Prophet Racine, Prophetess Yinka, Prophetess Anne, and Prophetess Angela to attend the meeting, to attend the anniversary, but they were not there. They were not present. So people are wondering, what's happening? What's happening? Where is Yinka? Why did Yinka come? Why didn't Prophet Racine, Prophet Chris come? What's wrong? And if you follow, I follow them on social media, and Yinka had an event in honor of Prophet TB Joshua, which is very nice. Prophetess Yinka had an event in honor of Prophet TB Joshua. Prophetess Anne also had an event. They did something in honor of Prophet TB Joshua because that was the day they gave to the poor. Because we know that Prophet TB Joshua always wants us to give to the poor. Wants people, his followers, members, to give to the poor, especially during his birthday or any other day which you are remembering him. You remember him by giving to the poor, which is very right. And we also saw Chris also is doing great in his ministry, and we also Racine. I don't know, I've not seen Racine yet, but the thing is that people are wondering, why did they come to synagogue? And there are so many speculations. People are saying that there is a fallout between Mama Evelyn Joshua and the 5 prophets and the prophetess with which TB Joshua had selected before he died. So I don't want to speculate things which I'm not sure of. I'm not sure of if there's anything, if there's a fallout. I don't know. But what I know is that Prophetess Yinka, Prophet Chris, all of them, they speak good. They speak good about Mama Evelyn Joshua. And there is I don't think if there is any bad blood. These people were raised by TB Joshua. And TB Joshua taught people how to forgive, taught people how to live right with others, how to love one another. So the issue of having a beef between them is just, I rule it out. I don't think if it's true. Those are bloggers just trying to propagate issues. Now, let's talk about them moving out of the synagogue. There are people saying that Yinka should come back or Racine should come back. People are saying that Prophetess Anne should come back, Prophetess Angela. By the way, where is Prophetess Angela? Because I see Prophet Chris, he's doing something on YouTube as a ministry, he's praying for people. I see Prophetess Anne and Prophetess Yinka, they're doing something, they're praying for people. Prophet Racine, I also know, is doing something behind the scene. But Angela, I've not seen, since Angela left synagogue, I've never seen Angela. I don't know where she is, but I believe wherever she is, she's waiting on God. She's waiting for God to give her instruction on how to go about it. You remember Prophet TB Joshua used to wait before he comes out for service. He spend time before God releases him. He will never come out until God releases him to come to service. Now, the issue of them moving out of the synagogue, I think it was the will of God for whatever happened. Because if they would all stay there at the synagogue, I don't know, but I believe it was the plan of God for them to go back to their countries. It was the plan of God for Racine to go back to his country, for Prophet Chris, Angela to go back, Yinka and Anne, they should go back to wherever they came from. It is the will of God. Why? Because inside them, God has deposited the seed which was operating in the prophet TB Joshua. So by them going back to their country, they'll be able to minister. We know that during the time of Prophet TB Joshua, people were coming from all over the world to come and see Prophet TB Joshua for healing and deliverance. But now God has answered the prayers. Now God is It has raised men and is sending men back to their country so that they can minister. So people will not have to go all over to Nigeria again to look for deliverance. So people will just remain in their country because there are ministers who can minister to them. Now, Chris is in UK, and I believe Chris is going to bring a great revival in the UK. In UK is one. I saw a video sometime that some of the churches are empty, and they have even been turned into something else. Some churches have been turned to mosques, or churches have been turned into a place of business because there are no people who are going there to worship. Now, when Chris goes to UK and begins his ministry, and I know the ministry is going to grow, it's going to be powerful, just like the ministry of Prophet TB Joshua can even be double. You see, if you have, just try to imagine it, the way TB Joshua was powerful, doing many miracle signs and wonders, teaching the word of forgiveness and love, helping the poor. Now imagine if Chris will become like Prophet TB Joshua in UK, Angela will become like Prophet TB Joshua in America, Yinka and Anne will become like Prophet TB Joshua in whatever country they are in, Racine will become like Prophet TB Joshua in France. Imagine the kind of revival which will erupt from the four corners of the earth. And I believe this is what God is trying to do. God wants revival to come from different parts of the world, not Nigeria alone. This is why this happened, to make them leave synagogue and go wherever they are, so that they can begin the work of God there. Remember, I can just give an example. In the early church, they were gathered in Jerusalem. Most of the time, they were in Jerusalem. But the Bible tells us a time came, there was so much persecution in Jerusalem that the apostles and people and the disciples of Jesus had to flee. So they fled out of Jerusalem. So they scattered. They went to different parts. And that's how the gospel spread. And that's how the gospel reached you and me. If there was no persecution in Jerusalem, probably they would have remained in Jerusalem and they would have been comfortable in Jerusalem. But because of persecution, they had to go outside the country. They had to run. They had to hide. And whenever they went to where they were hiding, they were preaching the gospel. They were doing meetings. They were doing fellowships from house to house. And that's how the gospel of Jesus spread. Why? By people scattering, by people going in different directions. So the same way I see this thing repeating itself, God released Prophet TB to come to earth to teach us the things of God, to teach people how to operate in the power of God, to teach people how to walk in love. And when the time came, TB Joshua went. TB Joshua was taken by God. Now, the disciples who were left there were supposed to continue that seed which God had put in TB Joshua. That seed has been deposited in Prophetess Anne, Prophetess Angela, Yinka, Racine, and Chris, and many more. That seed has been deposited in them. But now, if they remain in synagogue, I don't think the world needs healing, the world needs deliverance. But now, if they all remain in synagogue, you see, it wouldn't be the best plan which God had for them. That's my opinion. So by them going in their different nations, God will now be able to use them in their nations. God will be able to use Angela to bring revival in America. God is going to use Prophet Chris to bring revival in the UK. God is going to use Prophet Racine to bring revival in France. Prophetess Yinka and Anne to bring revival in many parts of the world. Just like we see in Uganda, Prophet Samuel Kakande is doing a good job in Uganda. Apostle John Chi in Cameroon. He's doing so well. People are being healed. People are being delivered. Is it Apostle Harry or Wiseman Harry in Thessalonica? Is doing well. In Abuja, we have Wiseman Daniel. Is doing so well. You see, now this is a plan of God so that this gospel can spread. The gospel cannot spread if people sit at one place. The gospel cannot spread when people are gathered in one place. So they need those people that have already been trained, they have already been equipped. Now it's time for them to be released to go out there and impact the world with what God has deposited in them. Synagogue, Mama Evelyn Joshua will remain in synagogue and other evangelists will minister, and there will still be power. The power of God will still be there to heal people, to deliver people the same way Prophet Evelyn Joshua used to do. So I pray for them, pray for Prophetess Yinka and Angela, pray for Prophet Chris and Racine, so that God may begin to anoint them, may continue to anoint them more, to guide them on what to do concerning ministry. So that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to donate, use the information at the description box or at the comment section which I've pinned below. See you in the next video.